It's these shoes! Jordan, could take it.
JP, I'm ready to do the show, JP.
Oh, here you are. I decided to show up today, huh?
Yes, I'm here to do the show as per planned.
Where were you yesterday?
Oh.
I had the comet guy, Hale Bopp, the Hale Bopp comet. I had
really?
Bopp. I had the co-finder of the Hale Bopp comet.
Wow.
But he
Really?
walked, because you weren't here.
Really?
Yeah, you weren't. Who's he going to talk to? I can't interview him and tape the show, too.
JP, why didn't you let me know that we were going to do a whole show about the comet?
I left a message on your machine. Did you
Oh.
check your machine?
Oh, yes,
Did you check your voicemail?
I did. Yes, I did, but things
What do I have to
happened.
do, send you a telegram?
Well, that would be a good idea. Maybe next time you
Well,
should send me a
I
telegram.
also had it hooked up. The New Mexico Palomar Observatory, the head of the Astronomical Society, was going to go by satellite link up with us. Blew that. I had an expert that is an expert in UFOs who was going to talk about the UFO that's behind the comet. Blew that.
Wow.
It's all over.
I'm sorry.
Now you show up. Now you want to do a show? There's nothing to do a show on.
Pardon me. Look, JP. JP, you listen to me now. I
me the
don't
ball.
care. We're going to do a show. I'm ready. I'm all dressed up. I have a new topic, a better topic. Yes.
What topic might that be?
We're going to do a whole show about concrete.
Oh, yeah, that's so much better than Hale Bopp. Concrete? Concrete?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my show. It's a show all about concrete. What is it? Where is it? Who has it? And how can I get some? As you can see, I'm dressed today with a hard hat because it is a hard-hitting kind of show, and there could be concrete flying around at any moment, and my goodness, that would hurt. I also have a lovely pair of overalls, compliments of Bob's Vintage Clothing Store, and this is to protect my regular wear from getting concrete all over it, and that's not pretty, not easy to get out of the wash. Now, some people might say, Roxanne, why did you decide to do a show all about concrete? I'll tell you why. Here's a letter. Whoops, here's a letter from a listener. Dear Roxanne, my husband of 19 weeks just left me for another woman. It all started last night when we got into a heated debate about concrete. He claimed that concrete was the same thing as cement. Whoops. No, it isn't. I said that it was actually a mixture of Portland cement, sand, coarse aggregate, and water. He got so mad that he threw his Jell-O dessert at me. I looked him straight in the eye and said, Murray, where will this violence end? That's when he packed up his bags and called Judy, the librarian. What should I do? Signed, Alone, but right, in North Truro. Excuse me. Well, dear Alone, you were right. Concrete is a mixture of sand, water, aggregate, and Portland cement. Cement all the way from the west coast in Portland. So I think that you did the right thing by holding your ground. And if your husband wants to fool around with the librarian, because we all know that librarians never want to have sex, it's just a well-known fact, well then let him go ahead, all right? And stay tuned because you're going to learn a lot on this show all about concrete. Concrete was first discovered by a frustrated Greek woman named Connie de Windowsill. She lived on the ancient Isle of Crete, thus it was named Con of Crete. You didn't know that, did you? But I find these things out when I do reportage. The reason that Connie invented concrete in the first place was because she was a potter. She did a lot of pottery. You've seen that old pottery all cracked and everything from Greece? Yeah. Well, Connie was doing that. And what she found was that those darn gods, those magical, mythical gods that live up in the sky in those day and ages, they kept coming in and trampling in her yard all over the pottery, cracking everything. So what Connie did was, she said, my goodness, what materials do I have on hand? Well, she had a little bit of sand, she had some water, of course, Isle of Crete, and she just mixed it all up, threw in some aggregate. She didn't even know that's what she was doing, but she just did it. And she came up with concrete, and she made a wonderful concrete fence. And if only the pyramids had been made out of concrete, you know, maybe they wouldn't be so crumbly. When he was alive, Leonardo da Vinci discovered concrete as well. The gods had put a stop to all the making of concrete during the Roman times, and, well, Leonardo was a brilliant kind of man, and he rediscovered the whole concrete thing. It's not really clear how he did it, but he did it. Historians have found in his writings a lovely blueprint for a concrete driveway that a lot of people in America are using as we speak. In the early 1950s, there was a big concrete rush way out in Nebraska somewhere. A lot of people went there with their trailer homes, and all over Nebraska, trailer parks got paved during the early 50s. If you go there, you can still see the pavement. It's everywhere. Sydney's startup was the first person to really begin a school of concrete. He saw that a lot of people didn't know what they were doing with the concrete, so he created a school, and people went there, and they learned a lot. And in fact, some people started to worship Sydney. He put a stop to that right away because, as he said, and I have the quote here, I saw a need, and I filled it. This, on the other hand, is not concrete at all. This is wood. There is a dark side to concrete. Yes, concrete has been long associated with death, killing, murder, the bottom of the sea, all that kind of stuff. In fact, the mafia has been well known for putting cement shoes, concrete shoes, on their victims. And in fact, Jimmy Hoffa is supposed to have been buried underneath concrete in some stadium somewhere in America. A lot of people, when they die, get buried underneath a concrete slab. And that's why we have the old saying, oh, you're as cold as a concrete slab. There's a story my grandma used to tell me when I was a wee little child sitting on her knee. It went like this. Roxanne, whenever a child writes in wet cement, and they're not supposed to, they get eaten up by the cement man the very next day. This is a true story. My grandma used to tell me that. We're here on a real location site foundation kind of thing with the contractor Jackie, and he knows all about concrete. We have a concrete specialist. Hello, Jackie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. First off, we just walked by this like little puddle, and Jackie was telling me that what is it?
That's concrete. That's where they washed out a concrete truck. The concrete is a composite of sand, stone, and Portland cement.
Now, Portland cement, is that from Seattle area?
No, Portland is from England.
Oh,
It was originally started out in England in around 1700s is when they found out about grinding up the stone. So it was in Portland, England. That's where it carries its name.
see, we didn't know that. No one knew that. Everyone thinks that pavement, asphalt, concrete, and cement are all the same thing, but they're not, right?
No, they aren't. Usually mortar, which is for block, consists of sand, Portland cement, Portland cement, and lime. And that's what you lay block.
Now, isn't lime sort of toxic to your skin?
Yes, it is.
So you do have to be careful when you're dealing with concrete. You can't just,
With mortar.
with mortar.
Concrete is aggregate, which is stone.
All right.
Portland cement, which is ground up stone, which
Alright.
is Portland cement, and sand. And it's the mixture that you pour, and there's different strengths of it. You can have it 1,800 pounds per square foot. Per square
I want to
inch.
know what is this then? This is concrete that we're staring at, right? Let's go over here and actually look at the concrete. Now, this is what we call a foundation.
That's right. This is a foundation.
All right.
This is an 8-inch foundation on a 2-foot footing.
Wow.
There's a footing on the bottom, which spreads the weight of the house and spreads the weight of the house and the weight of the foundation over a wider area.
Right.
So if you're on a sand base like this, 2 foot is more than adequate and a foot deep. Then you put an 8-inch wall on top of it.
Now, hello, my good man. Someone's down there working on the concrete. How's the concrete down there? Right. You know, working with concrete is not easy. Is that correct? Very, very true. All right, let's carry on and see more of the concrete kind of things.
Okay.
We're here with someone else who's working very hard with concrete. Hello, what's your name?
Michael Taylor.
Michael, is it hard to work with concrete?
Yeah, I do concrete foundations and concrete slabs, and my advice is to stay in school so you don't have to do this type of work.
You heard it here first on my TV show. It's true. Now, Jackie, can you please explain again the difference between cement and concrete?
Well, concrete has an aggregate in it, a stone, which is an aggregate. And concrete is stone, sand, and Portland cement.
Now, you can't use cement for a sidewalk, right? Because it's just stone.
No, cement would be just Portland, would be ground up stone, which is Portland cement, and there would be no binder in it. What it actually does is it adheres particles or adheres aggregate stone itself.
You see, it's kind of confusing, but if you're listening carefully and if you're taking notes, you're going to learn a lot. Now, this is another foundation that Jackie has just, poured? That's the
Yes.
term?
Correct, that's
Okay.
exactly correct.
And there's all this black kind of paint on it, or tar, I think.
It's an asphaltum. Today we use something that's not tar anymore because tar is supposedly harmful to the environment. This is an asphaltum type which seals the foundation. There's snap ties that hold the foundation together. You have to snap them off
Right.
that hold the forms. And then you plug them with tar, but it's a plastic cement.
I have one question. If a little bunny rabbit were to come running helter-skelter right towards that wall and jump against it, would it die? Would it crush its little skull? I'm just asking, Jackie. It's just a question.
That's a good question. I don't know. Certainly the concrete is probably more substantial than the little bunny rabbit's skull.
Right. In the days of wood, there were a lot more bunnies here on the Cape. Think about it.
That's a good idea.
We're here in front of a real industrial kind of concrete place. It's Cape Cod Ready Mix Concrete Company, Sand and Stone. And you can see the little truck there, that's a cement truck. Fascinating. Or a concrete truck. Well, we know the difference now, don't we? Anyway, I'm going down into the yard. It's dangerous, it's hazardous, it's crazy down there, but I'm going anyway for a real reportage on concrete. Let's go. All right, why don't we go and see our first specimen of real concrete kind of slab things? Because concrete comes in all different shapes and sizes. You didn't know that, right? But now you do. Look at this. round things of concrete, slabby kind of curved things of concrete. You know, a regular square kind of concrete over here. And look, that's heavy. Ooh, I can't lift it. No one can come into the yard and just steal the concrete slabs. Really, it's been done maybe once or twice by some guys, you know, that were at a frat party and they got really loaded. But other than that, Peter Joy, who runs this entire place, assured me that no one ever comes and steals the concrete. It's pretty good. This is a concrete yard. There's a lot of concrete being made in that silo over there. It goes straight up. And there's a concrete truck coming right in. Look! Turn! Turn! Isn't that really big? That's a concrete truck. Wow. Look at how pretty it is. What a lot of colors on that concrete truck. Wowee! Would I ever like to have a concrete truck like that? But no, not everyone can have one, only some people. There it goes. It's going into the concrete stall where it's going to get filled up with concrete. It's so exciting. It came back empty and they're going to just fill it up. Wow! Over here we've got more concrete slabs, but they're piled on top of each other. Look at this. They need a special kind of equipment. Oh, I've got to do my hair. They need a special kind of equipment to like put the slabs one on top of the other. And then they put some sand over here to just like prop it up so no one can topple the wall. You see? Oh, there's the truck again. No, I can hear it, but I can't see it. Okay, let's go over here, look at more concrete. Wow! There's some sand right here. Concrete is made out of sand, and you can find sand all over the Cape Cod, and that's why there's so much concrete here. There's a lot of concrete in Cape Cod. Oh, and look at this. There's a round slab of concrete, kind of like Romanesque, Greekish kind of thing, everyone here at the concrete factory has heard of Connie the windowsill, and a lot of the guys have a little sort of icon of her on their dashboard. You know, they love Connie. Wow, look at this. More strange lettering. This is the letter W in concrete. There was some business in town that went under, and Peter Joy went and bought all these concrete W's. And he said that he might even chop off, you know, the middle part and just make them U's. He's very inventive that way. It's quite fascinating. I'm not supposed to be here. Peter Joy told me that I couldn't go any further than that shed, but I don't care. I wanted to give you, the viewer, a full sort of reportage on concrete. And look what I found back here. Concrete bins. They're containers that concrete gets put in. Peter didn't want me to know about it. Why? I don't know, but there is some mystery here in the yard. Oh! I'm trying to lift this concrete block, and as you can see, it's pretty much impossible. Although I did feel it budge just a second ago. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Another truck is coming into the yard, and it's the same color as my hat. And I'm going to be giving the concrete hello sign. Almost like a high five, but much stronger and harder, just like a slab of concrete. It's nerve-wracking being here, but it's worth it because you're finding out all about concrete. I find the sounds of a concrete yard very soothing, very relaxing. Sun tanning around concrete is something that not many people know about, but it's really nice. The concrete gives a sort of diffuse reflection on the skin. I also enjoyed the smell of a concrete yard. I don't know why they don't market that perfume for men. Would drive me crazy. Eau de concrete, sauvage cement, stuff like that. It's a good idea. Why don't someone do it? I don't know. Peter Joy doesn't know that I'm here, up in the little hole things. These are concrete hole things. And he told me specifically, he said, Roxanne, don't go up there near the little hole things. But I did anyway. I can't help it. I'm like that. There are a lot of questions that people have about concrete. For example, does concrete come in any other color but gray? No, it doesn't. As you can see, everything around me is gray. Question number 2. Is concrete really as hard as it seems? Or is it sort of soft sometimes? Well, yes, it is soft sometimes, especially when it's in its other form, the form prior to becoming hard. Then it's very, very soft. And that's wet concrete. But I'm sitting on hard concrete. Question number 3. I forget what it was. Oh, can jewelry be made out of concrete? Yes, it can be. But it's not something that everyone wants. I don't know why. It's just that way. Question number 4. Can a guy who works in concrete really love a woman who's a superstar? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm hiding here amongst the trees because Peter Joy put out an alert to look for me on the site. He said that a lot of his crew and the truck drivers weren't doing their job. Instead, they were talking to me and trying to get me to date them. But I did explain to a lot of the guys that I only date bands. And there was some crying in the shed over there. But, you know, concrete's made out of water, so all the tears just added to the mix. It was okay. Here comes Peter now. We better hide. Come on. Guys who work in concrete often go home to their wives late at night. And you know what they say? They say, honey, I'm tired. A lot of the wives complain bitterly, and they have formed groups. Women who love men who work with concrete. We tried to get in to see one of the groups, but it was very hush-hush. The women are ashamed of their plight. I guess when they got married, they thought, oh, he works in concrete, he'll be great hubby. But then it turns out that no, they're actually not, because they're tired. Working with concrete is very tiring. The police are here on the premises. Peter Joy called them, saying that I was being a nuisance here at, Cape Cod Ready Mix. I'm nervous, but I still want to finish the story because it is important. I think I hear the sirens. Come on. This is the entrance to the office. This is the park bench made out of concrete where they all sit around and have their lunch. The police officers are taking a statement from Peter. He seems to be upset, but I don't care. At least we got our story. And now you know. Because a lot of people aren't allowed on the premises. It's not like you can just come in on a bus and say, oh, I want to look around and see all the big trucks and everything. No, it's not allowed. Concrete is dangerous and mysterious. But, we did our job. We did it well. All right, the coast is clear. Why don't we relax a bit? Notice how on the truck, the symbols are kind of like, a hockey shirt. I find that interesting and very macho. Yes, concrete is a male kind of business, although there have been a few women concrete people. But they met with a lot of, ho, 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 what do you know about concrete? But the women did know a lot about concrete, because isn't it just like baking, you have a mix of things and you have to mix it right, and if you don't mix it right, it comes out wrong. Et voila, you get my point, you catch my drift. Wow!
Concrete. Cold and unfeeling, lying there in the rain, poured in haste, made from sand. Oh, concrete, you deserve your name. Slabs in concrete, bridges held high, backyard patio, there you lie. Concrete, concrete, forever firm, unlike wood you cannot burn. Cement poured soft from a truck, occasionally feet have been stuck in concrete. It's concrete this and concrete that. When near concrete, wear a hat. Concrete, oh concrete, you deserve your name. Cold, unfeeling, lying there in the rain. Concrete, concrete, concrete.
Your mother's back, you step on a crack, and you break your mother's back. You best not step on a crack, because you know that old saying, you'll break your mother's back. And you only had that sort of nursery rhyme happen once we had concrete and cement and asphalt and pavement and, you know, what have you. When there was wood, no siree, we couldn't do that little poem. All right, that about wraps it up. We did a wonderful job. We took the topic of concrete, we dissected it, we looked at it. What is it, where is it, who has it, and how can I get some? I mean, you know, we learned a lot this show. And when I started this show, I thought, oh yeah, concrete is cement and cement is concrete, and we know that that's wrong. We also know that concrete needs to get hard. You know, if it's soft, it's no good for anything. Who knew? We've also really inspected a concrete yard. We've seen, you know, concrete being shipped hither and thither, you know, transactions taking place, commerce. Just like in, you know, when the pirate ships sailed the sea and they took sugar from one colony to the next. It's kind of the same thing happening right here as we speak. And, Peter Joy's gone home, so it's okay. The coast is clear, and I'm not going to get arrested after all. That's a relief. You know, I really hate that when I get arrested on my show. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And, by the way, I'm appearing somewhere on the Cape very shortly. That's going to be exciting. I can hardly wait. And, kiss kiss, stay tuned for next week's show when it's going to be all about, I don't know, something or other. Oh, I have the sniffles. It's a little chilly out here, even though it is springtime. All right, everyone. Go back to your normal life. And I'll go back to mine. Ta-ta for now. Kiss, kiss.
I am pretty. I am loved. I am loved by everyone.
Roxanne, reality, Roxanne, reality, Join the fastest growing fan club in America today. Write to Roxanne's My Fans Fan Club, P.O. Box 472, Provincetown, Mass. 02657. Receive her fabulous new newsletter. Maybe you might even have a chance to go to a pizza party with Roxanne and all her friends. Once again, that's P.O. Box 472, Provincetown, Mass. And remember, make it pretty.